I think of it as the last 15 digits setting the tone for the whole string of numbers. So you have to really think carefully what the frozen last 15 digits would mean in terms of how it would influence the prime test. So you can't have the last digit, for example, as a given. That's a given. You can't. You have to really think about what that 15. So it's just much harder. And then yes, you can have not just the 16 to 30. You can have any other segments dynamic, or maybe even. I mean, it doesn't have to start at 16. You can also just freeze. I could start at 9 to that. Or you can just change. You can change whatever, I guess. But just to make things simple, for this dashboard, I just want to generate that. And if you really have to, like, if you really want to influence or to change other segments, you can. You just have to think about it more carefully. Like, I was able to do this, complete this workbook in like a day. Like I said, you might encounter more things to think about if you really want to pursue that, but it is something that can be done. So they're just not going to be that simple. And as of right now, I just want to move on to printing this as in like a whole page in a PDF, and then go to a larger digits, more digits to search. Maybe in that digits I might have to whatever. So, but for right now, this is the second version. It's down to 4,000 per loop, which in the first version was 400,000 per loop. So that one yields, like, in the same time with 45 minutes, yield about 2.8 million. This one is like 400,000. So it yields in comparison. But I was thinking, like, I could never do Why the Rush. I couldn't really finish millions of loops anyway. This one produces 25 billion loops for digit nines, but even a million I couldn't really do it anyway. So it's gonna be segmented anyway, and then that one keeps on lagging, freezing, and having it looped kind of makes me feel anxious. So I'm like, God, and my PC, I only have like a mini PC, so maybe if I have a higher specs mini computer, then maybe I'd be comfortable with 400,000. But this one, I just minimize it to 4,000 per loops.